See
Right.
the screen? Yeah.
Can I start?
Yeah, please start.
Okay, thank you, Shay. So I'm going to share with you the project that we started in last November 2024 on how I'm leading this project with the top management and the shopping floor team. And for me, it's one of the biggest challenge of my life to develop a culture change, align it with the strategy, and focus on people development to develop and to implement continuous improvement in the organization environment. This is the key point in regards to the planning. The overview of the strategic planning, it's based upon on three phases: stabilize, optimize, and grow. I sold this purpose, this idea to the founders. It's a small company, so I have the chance to talk to them every single day. And for all of us, we have to take the buy-in from the sponsors. So the sponsors in this project are the founders with more than 30, 40 years in the labels market in Brazil. And in my state, we do love cook. And the way that I used to sell the idea, I share with them that we have to be the best in the basics principles of continuous improvement, teamwork, respect to the people. So I sold the idea to do the best company that cook rice and beans. Brazilian love rice and beans. So this is the key point to connect the purpose with the top management. And we are evolving day by day in order to follow this plan that I will share with more detail with you. But if I haven't get a positive response for them in regards to the purpose, I wasn't here presenting this project for you. Section 1, to understand the performance strategy monitoring. What were the key objectives and the outcomes expected in a short time, in a medium time, and as a long-term purpose? Step 1, to establish a structured implementation framework. I established a phase approach in three basic phases: stabilize, optimize, and grow, to ensure that the initiatives that I sold to them, they accepted from me, they are systematically executed and aligned with the business goals and objectives to meet with the strategic planning, growth, and other markets that we are working to get here in Brazil and some in Latin America, South America. The performance measurement and adaptation. We are using some basic concepts using the KPIs to facilitate the evaluation of the progress in the shop floor, in the logistics, engineering, finance, top management, and I have open relationship day by day with the CEO. And here's another key point. In the company, maybe I am the oldest one, and the CEO is about 28 years old. So we have a mix of experience of different industries that we worked before, and it's very nice to work with the youngers because they are energized, they are faster, and with the older one try to control the speed from previous experience, like some combination of the baby boomers working with the dopamine generation, something like that. But I'm in love with this. in order to discuss the decision-making process. That's one of the points that I insist to discuss with everyone. How was the decision-making process that they validated to implement some changes, some Kaizen, some process improvement, and so on. Why this? To sustain the organization success. Here is a timeline and budget allocation, which I aligned before in 2024 with the top management in order to provide resources, technology, training, education, and so on, whatever are needed to make this project successful. In the month one, initiate the comprehensive organization assessment, a gap analysis, a gap assessment to identify what are the opportunities for improvement. I'm not using the word problem. I'm trying to teach them day by day that we don't have problems. We have opportunities for improvement. Let's make people think that we can fix the problems using the basic tools for the continuous improvement. But before that, they have to understand what is the concept, what is the theory, something like this. Because in many companies that I did consulting before, or companies that I really worked for, they just want to use tools. They don't care about the concepts. That's the baseline. This is the bedrock for any project. So we are moving step by step, okay, doing this gaps assessment, and in parallel, as I'm in charge for the quality management system, audits, internal audits that we are running alongside the 2025 year. The number two, how to communicate, how good and how we are evolving along this project. We have a daily meeting at 7 a.m. Sharply to discuss the scenarios. We have some basic scenarios. First of all, safety. Second, quality. Third, the customer. And then the planning for the factory. So we use this meeting to provide solutions for some issues, some opportunities that can be identified in the safety, in the quality, in the customer, or in the logistic, in the planning for the factory. 10 minutes, very, very short, and to go to the PDCA to establish a plan to solve and fix that deviation. Month 3, to initiate the implementation, the activities that will reinforce their engagement and also changing ideas. We also have in high-tech labels a meeting with the C-level and staff, the CEO, myself. We are a small team. We are a team of 4 people. And the finance and administrative executive to discuss what's happening in the company environment in regards to the 4 topics that I shared before. This is the 4th month when we are going to introduce the continuous improvement methodologies and the KPIs. So here is the place where the magic happens. We want to get solutions from the shop floor, from the lowest level of the company, to change their mindset in order to think on how they can solve problems using continuous improvement approach and the basic tools that they can define a teamwork supported by engineering, supported by quality, logistic, and myself to discuss about what is the problem, what is the real problem. Don't uh, uh, work only in the do step from the PDCA. Let's invest some time in the P step and then move to T to C. That's pretty much important as well. And act as much as possible. It means that we plan it very well and executed the actions according to the plan. At month 5, we are continues to educate the people, sharing results, sharing the outcomes, how the company evolves alongside this purpose, and how good or how bad is the KPIs that will have direct or indirect impact on their process. And the last, evaluation of operational process to identify any gaps and other opportunities to enhance the business. So in this timeline, we have the 3 phases that I mentioned in the very first slide. So here is on how we are monitoring, establish mechanisms to evaluate the performance. Focus on the key point that the role of technology to integrate all of the data. We are really using AI, we are using Power BI, we have a big screen to share the information that can be feasible for them, easy to read in the shop floor for the like a visual aids. So we have this TV informing them how good we are in the production, pieces per hour or meters per hour, or how the efficiency was in the first step, for example, printing, and the second step to transform the raw material in the finished product, and they can read all of this information. And also we share the quality policy, the news about the company, the birthday, and people that are going to celebrate the birthday, but always using AI and Power BI. I'm also using AI, Power BI. I'm studying on how to manage the results, the outcomes from the process that I manage. So it's a perfect mix doing that. And the CEO is a data lover. And doing that, we can assure the importance and the data integrity. We are working to ensure the accuracy as well. The source of data comes from the integrated management system like SAP, like Oracle in Brazil. We use Proteus. I don't know if you are familiar with Proteus, and it's a product from TOTS. It's very used here in our region. So we capture the data from this source. We check the integrity using AI and generating graphics to evaluate the performance, the yield, the gaps, and sometimes we really find some opportunities to improve. So some changes has to be implemented in the Proteus system in order to provide data as reliable as possible, and also sharing the information about how the strategy deployments are going, and they are in the company every day. So it's very good scenario in order to talk to the stakeholders, talking to the business owner, to help us in order to keep the project moving ahead and ensuring that are meeting the purchase orders, we are meeting the customer expectation, and also if they are bringing new opportunities, new POs for new part numbers to manufacturing in our site. Section 2, stabilization and optimization phases. How they are defined and how we are managing the both phases just mentioned. Building the foundation, that's pretty much important, in order to foundations for continuous improvement. We have to establish a solid foundation in order to guarantee that the assessment really tell us what's going on in the process in regard raw material, in regard equipment, in regard method, people, education, and training, and focus on the basic concepts and tools for continuous improvement. No demake, no design of experience. It's not the time. It's not the time. As I said before, we have to cook the best rice and beans. So we'll be the best doing that. Engagement for change adoption. Always involving the people. Let them be an open voice. They are the voice of the customer in our company to assure that the stabilization process foster a culture of engagement from all levels in the organization, and also assuring that they are committed and engaged with the organization, that are open to change and to see in a daily basis things getting better, yield performance, reduction of defects along the side, the line, delivering time, and making the customer happy. And last but not least, the strategic alignment and planning. The stabilization plan has to be aligned with the organization goals to ensure that the KPIs, the goals, the objectives from the C-level, from the CEO, they are meeting the outcomes, and through measurable methods and performing like this, we will contribute to the long-term success and resilience of the business. What are the key actions for the stabilization and engagement? One, the assessment, a gap analysis throughout the organization from every level. I am the kind of person that I assess the process and I ask many whys. Sometimes they don't like, but if we don't that, we will not find what is the real gap. Then have to conduct a comprehensive evaluation of process. How good is the metric? Okay. Feedback from the employee. If they are not satisfied with a device or with some implementation of equipment or some poka-yoke that are not working pretty well, or even the machine or the process instruction, we have to hear them because they know the process much better than an engineer. They are in front of the machine every single day. So in the shop floor is the place that we do the Gemba and we evaluate their feedback in order to leverage the outcomes from the company. Number two, engagement focus on initiative. We are now, this yesterday, Friday, we were discussing with the HR and administrative and finance business manager on how we recognize the people that contribute to the company success, recognition, some prizes, in order to motivate everyone in the company, then the morale and commitment in the organization. We grow in a daily basis. And collaborative, the step 3, planning structure. We are working on cross-functional teams. Not a big teams. We are a small company, not more than 4 people, okay? And doing workshops, sometimes in the line, sometimes in the training, education room, to foster collaboration, innovation, and to assure that the worker in the shop floor, the mindset of ownership to stabilize our force across the organization. And nowadays they are providing much more information since last November, when I just started at this company, in order to communicate some variation or something. They are capturing the, the, the relevance and the importance of to control the process with attributes or variables using the proper tools. They will prevent defects, they will prevent the downtime, they will prevent delays on the delivery, and this is one of the things that is bringing to the organization more visibility in order to planning, to deliver orders, and to meet the customer purchase orders. Automotive marketing in Brazil is something crazy. You have to work here to understand on how the suppliers, I'm not telling about the automakers, because the pressure relies on the auto parts, the business in Brazil, that sometimes they need some labels for tomorrow. Sometimes it happens. So we have to be fast. But if you don't have a process stabilized with people, with the quality, with the continuous improvement in their mindset, sometimes will not meet the delivery dates. So this project also indirectly is focused on that topic too. Enhancing efficiency through optimization. Process streamline techniques. As I told before, we are implementing concept and methodologies as continuous improvement and problem solving mindset, but in the lowest possible level of the organization. If they know on how to fix the problems using continuous improvement, problem solving approach, they will have a better environment to work. They will be happier knowing that they can fix the problem by themselves. When they need help, they ask me, they ask the engineering, they ask the quality, the process that are involved in the scenario, in order to identify and eliminate the waste. So we enhance productivity and operational effectiveness across various functions of this organization. And secondly, data-driven decision-making, using the proper data to generate the metrics and analysis to allow us to do a review, a critical analysis on how good we are in regard to productivities, defect ratio, the delivery time, the results in the shop floor or in the raw material or in the finished goods. So we can really assure that we are fostering a culture of continuous improvement and accountability for everyone in the organization. So here comes the continuous improvement methodologies and metrics, always involving and getting the people committed and engaged in that purpose. First, the importance of employee involvement. Engage them in continuous improvement initiatives, educating them, showing them that approaching with these concept, methodologies, and tools, they will be more effective in the implementation of continuous improvement, problem solving, in order to develop the culture, a culture that embraces change and innovation. Integration of technology too. Nowadays, in a daily basis, we are leveraging technology. We are investing on new AI solution every single day. Every single day, there's something new in order to optimize our analysis, to reduce the time on collecting data or developing Excel spreadsheets. We want to be faster in a daily basis to evaluate the data. And as soon as we evaluate, we can identify gaps, failures, in order to have a robust decision-making process to leverage the company to a better level. And also alignment, the continuous improvement methodologies with the organizational goals and objectives. Where are they in the strategic planning and how they are cascaded through the KPIs. So the continuous improvement methodology, they can provide the proper alignment with the strategic plan. And then we will ensure that our efforts are focused on areas, process that really drive the most value and contribute to overall success. So it's all about the people. It's all about the people. Treat them with respect. Learn on how to listen to them, on how to help, on how to support them. You will reach, really, will reach the success. So now the section 3, how we are going to drive a growth in a sustainable development. Leveraging improvement for marketing expansion. Our commercial marketing area, if identify gaps in the Brazilian market, they can conduct research to identify needs or gaps, some opportunities to improve. So we can assure that the improvements have a focus aligned with the customer demand expectation and providing more competitive positioning for the intermediary customer, a supplier from GM, a supplier from Fiat, and they also will have better results in the automotive market in Brazil, for instance. Second, process standardization benefits. If we have a standardized process across all the operations, we can ensure that it has consistency. The variability is very low. We can provide more opportunities for the improvement or this process. What I mean, let's turn the PDCA again, since the process has stabilized standards. We can improve. We can use the continuous improvement approach and problem solving to promote the growth in the organization. And also mitigating the risk through the alliance. To establish strategic alliance partners in the process. What I use on a daily basis is to understand the concept of internal customer. For example, the logistic plan the production. In some cases, the logistic is a supplier for the production, and in the other side, vice versa, the logistic will build the customer for the production, and so on in every process, in order to develop and let this very clear for every process that into the company there is a relation of customer assuring the quality, the quantity, and the communication, the data, and so on. Establishing partnership and monitoring KPIs. We have to have in place some criteria, okay, to evaluate the partners and on how the strategic purpose fits, sharing values, complementary capabilities, ensuring that the alignment will maximize the internal relationship and longevity. What we get from this, a strong, a robust teamwork mindset. Everyone is available to help each process. And this is one of the things that from previous experience really worked when managed well, providing resources, providing communication, quick answers from inside or outside the company in order to have a solid partnership among the different processes that we have in place. KPI alignment with the goals, that's a crucial. Comparing with my very first experience in the semiconductors industry, we don't have the variety of resource that if you go to the chat GPT or if you go to the Perplexity in order to treat the data and having information as faster as possible. Not only for the KPIs and data, also for images, for videos, we are using this to make things happen in a faster pace to support us on the decision-making process, as well with collaboration and a teamwork, evaluating the KPIs, results, and trends. And last but not least, continuous improvement through feedback. Having in place a robust feedback loop among all the partners, fostering the environment of continuous improvement, allowing timely adjustment to the business strategy and enhancing the partnership, comparing if the performance and outcomes, they are really meeting the strategical plan of the companies, as well as the goals and objectives. Customer expectation, customer specific criteria, and specification. Communication is the key. And then the importance of engaging the stakeholders in the strategy discussion. Diverse perspective enhances strategy. We are also in the company hiring women to work. Previous years for the company, there were only men in the operation. So we are opening opportunities to hire women to work with us. And we do have, yes, it's a point that there are different minds, okay, to think and approach the situation, the problem, in order to engage the stakeholders to have different insights that enrich the strategic discussion, for instance, for a problem solving, for a development of new process. And then we can guarantee that we have creative solutions and people will be satisfied. They will be more motivated when we approach them using this purpose. And in organizational, that we have resilience in a competitive landscape. And now, Q&A. What do you have for me?
Very insightful, Luis. I think that is something, you cover manufacturing, logistics, strategy, everything in one
Yes.
place. Yeah, that
Yes,
is
yes.
something amazing.
Yes.
It's a use case in a real sense. Okay.
Yes.
So how
Just a
does that?
moment, Shay. Just a moment, Sheikh. I have to minimize my screen. Okay.
Please minimize it.
Stop sharing.
You can just stop sharing it so that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
So you covered the most important part, which is operations, and then you mix with the strategy, and then you. I think it's a tremendous, tremendous opportunity to see the full cycle. Okay. So
Yes,
you
yes.
covered, I think you covered manufacturing, you covered logistics, you covered the performance reporting, technology also you covered. Okay. So how does that? So what is the duration of this whole transformation? I think you told in the beginning. Yeah.
1 year.
Wow.
1 year. We are in the first third stabilizing the process. Okay, 3 months, then 3 months, then 3 months. But my plan is to move on for a year. Okay, by the June, let's see how the balance is. And in parallel, we have an advantage. We are working with human resource consulting to map the organization, to check the gaps, to evaluate how we can do better with our people, from top management, from owners to the lowest level. So my expectation is that this consulting will leverage this project to a better level. Listen the voice of the people, okay? And deploying what they are identifying as opportunity with the leadership and working as a teamwork with a diverse mindset, diverse gender. We are open to have good talents in the organization. So having a support from the HR, I'm an engineer. I know a little bit about people, but I don't know on how to fix some people problem. So we need some expert in order to solve in a better way. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Perfect. I think there is a question. I think there is a statement. Is process improvement integral part to strategy execution? It appears from the presentation. Yeah.
Yes, totally. It's a line. First,
Yeah.
I sold the idea, the buy-in process. I learned a long time ago when I was at Delphi, Packard, GM division at that time, and Lucent Technology. I don't have no idea what the buy-in means at that time. So practicing in a daily basis, I learn on how to do that. And I have the opportunity. I don't have too many steps to reach the owner, the founders. So they are every day. So we can go to the process and discuss idea to call the operators, the technicians, the engineer, the logistic, whoever it is, to solve the problem and fix. But first plan, don't go to the do. Brazilians love the do step. They have to stay one step before. Invest 10 minutes, 15 minutes planning and register that. Create the plan and share the plan. That we have a standard plan to follow and implement, follow up, check, and do actions as needed, but just a little. It means that we plan pretty well, we executed very good, we check with effort using the proper tools, the proper methods in order to assure that we are meeting the planning goals. It's simple, but it's not easy. That's why I correlate with rice and beans. You think that's simple to cook rice and beans? I would say no. Maybe for my mama, your mama, they know everything about that. And in my state, people love to cook. So the idea was the better fit in order to solve the purpose of this project.
Perfect. So I think wonderful session, Luis. So thank you for joining all the way in the morning. Any final thoughts for 2025 for the strategy managers and the manufacturing managers, whoever? So what is your final takeaway? What do you advise with this?
Respect the people.
That is the one thing.
The very first one. And the second, use the proper technology. I'm in love with the AI. And I'm trying to convince my wife, she's an engineer too, to use AI in her business. It's fantastic. Great. Another day, I was wasting a lot of time trying to elaborate a spreadsheet. I asked the GPT. It's a magic. When the magic. Fabulous. And challenge the people to be better in a daily basis. That's the key point.
Perfect. I think that's something which is a great insight, Luis. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day. So thank you.
Okay, I'm available every time you need on LinkedIn, on email. Okay, I do LinkedIn every single day.
So kind of you, Luis. So kind of you. Thank you very much, and
thank you so much for the opportunity and the support that your team provided. Fantastic. Blessings.
So thank you very much. Thank you very much.